Hello everyone, Ben Emerson here. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can use the ground better to get your strongest muscles, your lower body, your legs, working harder in your golf swing to get you hitting it further and straighter. Now, I'm going to use my body track system. I absolutely love this system. It's a pressure plate system that tells me how my center of pressure is working in the golf swing. I've got it linked up to Gasp Lab, and it gives me some really nice analysis so I can see on video exactly where my pressure is, whether it's in my toe, my heel, if it's on my right or my left side. I'm able to see everything that I need to see how energy is starting from the ground before it moves through the body into the club. And I'm going to give you one of my drills that I love to use with my clients to show them how they can generate more power by using the ground correctly, coming up in today's video. So guys, if I'm trying to generate power using the ground, it is really an important thing to understand how our feet work and how we can actually engage our legs, our lower body, because it's the strongest element, it's the strongest part of the body that we use in the golf swings. So many times I see people trying to generate power with their arms, with their upper body, and they just neglect the legs, neglect the feet, neglect the hips. Like, these are such strong muscles that we want to use, and actually, like we've done in previous videos before, they actually start the downswing. So when I get to the very top of the swing, as that club changes direction, it's my lower body that starts rotating towards the target before my upper or even my lead arm and club actually start changing direction and move. So in order to get them to fire quickly, I want to know how fast I can get them to spin. So I use a 3D system here, K-motion system, which actually can measure how fast your hips actually rotate in degrees per second. It's a wonderful tool to actually use to see how fast they go. But in order to use the ground better, how I actually use body track to measure the ground is a really important thing. So if I was to step onto the body track and actually get it set up ready to hit a shot, what you'll see on the live mode is I can actually see how much pressure I'm pushing into my right, how much pressure I'm pushing into my left, and I can see also where I'm pushing, if I'm pushing into my toe, if I'm pushing into my heel, and I can see that on both feet. Now, if you think about it, I'm trying to get my hips to rotate as fast as I can towards the target. So if I try and use this analogy a lot, like let's say I had two people helping me with this. Like let's say if I had somebody here pushing my hips towards the ball as hard as they could. They're literally behind me and they're pushing me towards the ball. Well, let's say I had another person pushing this side and they're pushing my hips backwards. If I had them both pushing at the same time, we get something called a force couple, where they're both pushing, one's going this way, one's going that way, and it's causing my hips to spin. Now, it'd be really cool if I had people that can do to help that. Well, I don't have a physical person, but I do have the ground. The ground can help me do this. So Newton's law, whatever I push into the ground pushes me back. It's equal and opposite reactions. So if I was to step onto the mat, I want to feel like the top of the swing, I'm trying to load into this right heel, so my trail side heel here as I load back. Now, like I just said, the ground's going to punch me back. It's an equal and opposite reaction. So if I push and I apply a lot of pressure into this heel, what's going to happen is the ground's going to push me back, and actually I've got one element, I've got something pushing me towards the ball. What I then want to try and do is actually have that force couple that I talk about. And actually then I want to feel like at the top of the swing, as I'm coming down and I've loaded into this right heel, it's the left foot here, it's my lead foot, it's my toe that I'm pushing into. Because if I can push into my toe, the ground is going to push me back. It's going to clear my hips. I'm going to finish off onto my heel. But actually, I'm then using the ground to get that reaction. So I want to feel this. As I'm loading up to the top of the swing, I'm loading into my right heel. The ground is going to help and it's going to push me back. as I start the downswing, what I want to feel is a harder push into this left toe, because the ground is going to hit me back. It's going to push my hips backwards out of the way. I'm going to get that force couple. I'm going to get my hips rotating nice and fast towards the target. So let's see if I can put that together and hit a shot. So like I said, I want to load into that right heel on the way back. You have to really load it in. And then as I come down, push into this left. Let's see if I can clip one down there. That's a really nice way of using the ground to generate power and actually get you hitting the ball further.